Hey guys, it's Mike Adams, and today I'm going to show you how to achieve financial freedom in 3 simple steps, leveraging the 5 pillars of wealth. And who is this meeting for? This is truly for individuals who are fed up with their 9 to 5 jobs, that are looking for the best way to start a highly profitable business of their own. This is for individuals and business owners that would like to pay less in taxes to the government and interest to the big banks. And this is also for individuals that are sick and tired of all the hype online and simply just want the straight line to successfully investing in real estate without all the tech overwhelm or information overload. So my role today is quite simple. It's to lay out the information about our team, so who we are and what we do. And most importantly, how we help people start their own businesses, become full-time entrepreneurs, and really grow and scale an effective real estate investing business. So there'll be no BS, no fluff or games on this webinar. And my big, bold promise here today is that I will show you the 4 vital currencies that you need to build a highly profitable real estate investing business that survives in this economy. And as we go, I'm also going to share with you how to crush the top 3 self-limiting beliefs that prevent 95% of Americans from ever getting out of their jobs or achieving financial freedom. And many of you guys have these beliefs right now. And if you're serious about business ownership, serious about real estate investing, it is going to take a different mindset. Okay, if you have the old mindset, the employee mindset, you're going to have roadblocks, and these roadblocks are going to prevent you from taking action in your life and in your business. So our goal here is to help you change your mindset. If you can change your mindset, you can change your results. So dig in, let's focus here for the next little bit. Some of this information will definitely impact your business if you take it in. Some of it will definitely impact your life. Hi, I'm Mike Adams, and I'm a President's Advisory Council member for a real estate investing, education, and training company. I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I'm also an independent marketing affiliate with that company. And so all those titles are really, really cool, but who am I really? I'm a married father of twins from right here in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm a military veteran, so I was in the Army for 6 years. I was a combat engineer, so I dealt with landmines, explosives, and demolition. And then from there transitioned into being a corporate drone. So I was in corporate America for over 18 years, and I was a really good company man. I was the guy that was working those 60, 70, 80-hour weeks, week in and week out, didn't miss a lot of work, and was just trying to grind my way up that corporate ladder. But my wife and I, we thought that we were doing everything right. We went to school, we got the good grades, we got the degrees, right? We were making 6 figures. She was a full-time cosmetologist. And so we're making well over 6 figures. Behind the scenes, though, guys, we were really struggling. When it came to our finances, we really didn't understand how it worked when it came to money or taxes or interest, or really anything about being a business owner. And it really wasn't until we got connected to this group that we learned that there was a different way that we could start living our lives and treating our finances. And ever since that moment, our life has been completely changed. As speakers and trainers within this group, we've been able to travel the country. I do this presentation. I get to meet with and work with a lot of incredible people. I do a lot of online stuff for the company as well. And my 2 most important roles, as a husband and as a father, I'm able to spend a heck of a lot more time with my family. My wife and I have been able to build a business where 90% of what we do is right out of our house. We get to schedule our work around our kids instead of our kids around our work because of the business that we've built. And so now that you've learned a little bit about who I am, before I go any further, let me share with you quickly who I'm not. And as you can see on the screen, I'm not here as a licensed attorney, accountant, financial advisor, or broker, or any other licensed individual. Just understand that this is not specific counsel or advice or instruction for any specific individual. This presentation is intended to be general information. And of course, throughout this presentation, you're going to see several examples of when money was made applying our real estate investing education services. In no way is this a representation of a typical result or an easy result. There's an old saying, guys, that everything happens for a reason. Okay, and there's a reason. There's a reason that you're watching this webinar right now. And here's one of our students, Michael, and he was sick and tired of being broke and buried in student loan debt. He was broke at age 22. He's now on the road to wealth at age 30. His degree landed him a job at Jiffy Lube. He wasn't satisfied with that. He plugged in with our system. He's gone on to complete several fix and flips. Or here's another one of our students. Here's John out of Texas. He struggled month to month to make ends meet. He went from managing a Hollywood video to managing multiple deals. He's been able to put his people skills to work for himself. Or here's Scott and Allison Huminski out of Illinois. and he was a laid off carpenter turned real estate investor. And he walked into one of our buildings and saw a meeting just like this looking for work. And he actually found quite a bit more. He had the skill sets to build the house from scratch, but just didn't know how to put together the deal, didn't know how to raise the capital. He was able to plug in, leverage our ecosystem, and he's able to earn over 6 figures on his very first fix and flip. Right? This education service is the exact service that I used to walk away from my 6-figure corporate job within 7 months of seeing this information. So let's quickly tackle, how to crush these top 3 self-limiting beliefs that prevent 95% of Americans from ever achieving financial freedom. And again, many of you guys have these beliefs right now, and it's truly not your fault. Because since you were a kid, you've been hearing this kind of language that you need to go to school, get good grades, get a degree so you can get a great job, work your way up. The only 2 things that are certain in life are death and taxes, right? How many of you guys heard that? Or this one here, don't spend it all in one place, kid. And what we call this scarcity language. And it forces you, down a certain path in which you're going to live your life. And what's down that path, guys, is 40 years of hard labor, where you're working on some assembly line or sitting in some cubicle or working on some big dirty machine for 40 years of your life. And you're also going to take on what we call this 40-40-40 plan. And that's where you get in one of these human hamster wheels and you start running. And you are literally going to be running for 40 plus hours a week. You'll do it for 40 plus years of your life. And then at the end of the rainbow, when it's finally time for you to retire, you're going to struggle to retire on the 40% of your income that you currently struggle to live on. That's the 40-40-40 plan. How many of you are living this kind of a plan right now? And if you're here today because you want financial freedom, what we know is that the 40-40-40 plan simply doesn't work. Because at age 65, you're going to land on one of these pieces of the pie working a job your entire life. And what we see here is that 90% of folks are either completely dependent on the government or still working at age 65. And only 1% of people actually become wealthy working a job their entire life. So it doesn't work for most folks. So the number one self-limiting belief here, this is something that we have been literally indoctrinated with our entire lives, is that you need to get really, really good at exchanging all of your time for money. And we call this indoctrination the employee mindset. And again, this is a way of thinking that the only thing that you can do to make money in this world is exchange an hour of your life for a fixed dollar amount. That's something that we've been programmed with. And the biggest problem, with this mindset is that there is no leverage, right? You're exchanging hours for dollars. And the minute you stop exchanging those hours for dollars, the dollars are going to stop coming in. And one of my good friends here, Warren Buffett, he once said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. And the fatal flaw of the employee mindset is that you only learn how to work for money, but never learn how to have your money actually go to work for you. So what do we need here? Right? We need to create some leverage, right? And so how do wealthy people create leverage? You just have to look at how the wealthy 1% got there. And 74% of them are business owners and real estate investors. And so the first step of 3 to achieving financial freedom, leveraging the 5 pillars of wealth, is to start a business. And what type of business? Well, everybody already knows that 90% of millionaires became so through owning and controlling real estate. So as far as what type of business, you're in the right spot. And so now business ownership and real estate investing, those are 2 pillars that make up what we call the 5 pillars of wealth. And these are going to be the 5 areas where you need systems and strategy to really make this whole thing work. And the first pillar is taxes. The second pillar is banking. The third pillar is business. Fourth pillar is real estate. And the 5th pillar is education. So guys, those are the 5 pillars of wealth. And the great thing about these 5 pillars is that when you learn to leverage these 5 pillars of wealth, you can purchase or control anything that you want. That way, you can finally stop exchanging all of your precious time for money. And that brings us right into self-limiting belief number 2. And some folks do believe that the government, big banks, and the big corporations are actually going to do something to help you achieve financial freedom. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but George Carlin said it best when he said that banks, corporations, and governments, they don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. That is against their interests. What they want is good, obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept it. You see, the big three, they would just prefer for you to keep your employee mindset. You're so much more easy to manage, right? Don't think too much about money or how it really works. Keep your head down in the tall grass, keep your nose on that grindstone, and get back to work, right? They want to keep you focused on that. And you see, guys, there's really 4 ways that you can make money in this world. And what you see here is the cash flow quadrant. You see this line right down the middle in red. And on the left side of the line, that's where you're working the 40-40-40 plan. That's where you're exchanging time for money. On the right side of the line, that's where you have income systems. That's where you have a business or you have investments, and that's where money is actually working for you. You see, on the left side of the line, there are fewer tax deductions available. On the W-2, there's only about 15 deductions available that you can actually take to reduce your taxable income, to reduce your tax liability. And because of that, you're going to pay a higher percentage of your earnings in taxes on the left side of the line. On the right side of the line, because of proper entity setup and structuring, there are over 400 deductions that you can take as a business owner and real estate investor to reduce your taxable income and keep more of the money that you earn, where you'll actually pay a lower percentage of your income in taxes just by earning it inside of a properly structured business on the right side of the line. The whole point of this chart, guys, is that 95% of the population is over on the left side of the line. And the problem is that only 5% of the wealth is created on the left side of the line. On the right side of the line, it's the opposite. You got 5% of the population, but guess what, folks? 95% of the money. 95% of the money and wealth is created over on the right side of the line. So again, this is where the big three, this is where they want to keep you. If they can keep you on the left side of the line, they can tax you, they can charge you interest. You don't have the entity set up, you don't have the structuring. There's very few things you can actually do to lower your tax liability, and you can be a human resource for the government on the left side of the line. On the right side of the line, this is where you need to be. And so again, if you're here in this quadrant right now, understand, I was in that quadrant for 18 years. Okay, at some point you're gonna have to traverse these quadrants. Okay, you can achieve financial freedom, you just can't do it on the left side of the line. You have to get yourself over to the right side of the line. You see, it really boils down to understanding how to play the game. And imagine this chessboard here. If you don't know how these pieces move, how are you supposed to win the game? And you see, wealthy folks, they just know how to put their pieces in the right spots to maximize their profits and reduce their expenses to always get ahead financially, regardless of the economy. So our second step of 3 to achieving financial freedom, leveraging the 5 pillars of wealth, is to increase your financial awareness. You must become more financially literate. You see, wealthy folks, they know how to play the game. And it truly takes a wealthy mindset to achieve financial freedom. And finally, guys, our third self-limiting belief, a lot of folks do believe that you need to be rich or you need to have a great credit to get started investing in real estate. Now, does that help? Of course it does. What you do need is currency, okay? And what is a currency? A currency, simply put, is a tool for exchange. So something of perceived value that you can exchange for something else of perceived value or another currency, right? But most people only think in terms of 1 or 2 currencies. But to build your real estate investing business, there are actually 4 currencies that are vital to you growing and scaling your business. The first currency, and everyone knows this one, the first currency is money. The second currency is time. And if you have a job right now, you're exchanging your currency of time to the company for their currency of money. They're exchanging their currency of money for your time. And I just have to ask you, which of these 2 currencies is more important? Money or time? And you see, we're programmed to think money, that's the one that we need, but time, right? Money comes back, right? Money is a currency that comes back. You can always get more money. No matter how much money you make, you can't buy more time. The third currency on our list is knowledge, and the fourth currency is relationships. And you see, when it comes to these 4 currencies, there's a big time difference on how employee mindset individuals utilize and deal with these 4 currencies and how wealthy mindset individuals utilize and deal with these 4 currencies. You see, with employee mindset individuals, money is the reason. Money is the reason that you get out of bed. Money is the reason that you put your kids in daycare. It's not because you want to drop them off somewhere, but guess what? You got bills to pay. And you got to go make money. And time, unfortunately, ends up being the tool that you're going to leverage to go chase the reason for 40 plus years of your life. You see, with wealthy folks, it's completely the opposite. Wealthy folks want a lifestyle. They want total control of their time and of their schedule. So time is the ultimate currency that wealthy folks are going after. That's what you should be going after as well. When it comes to knowledge on the employee mindset side, a lot of times knowledge is viewed as a burden. A lot of folks are really just trying to stop learning as fast as possible. And you see, wealthy folks know that knowledge is a journey. They know that every little bit of knowledge that they're able to pick up is a golden nugget that they could leverage to get one of these other currencies. And when it comes to relationships, all employee mindset relationships are very competitive. There is a keeping up with the Joneses mentality going on out there. And what I found is with wealthy folks is that they're actually much more collaborative. They understand that through partnering and working together in teams and in networks, they can get a lot more done than trying to do everything on their own or trying to master everything by themselves. Instead of trying to master everything, they're just going to seek out somebody that knows it and connect with that person. So they're much more collaborative inside of their relationships. And so guys, those are the 4 vital currencies. And those are truly the 4 reasons that you will or will not ever do any real estate. Either you don't have or don't have access to money. Either you don't have or don't have access to time. Either you don't have or don't have access to the knowledge you need, or you don't have any relationships other than your credit score, which is your relationship with the banks, which is why a lot of people do believe that you need good credit to do real estate. But guys, those are the 4 currencies. And if we can change your mindset, okay, you may be on the left side of this chart right now, but if we can change your mindset around these 4 currencies, we can help you start changing your life. Jim Rohn said it best. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So choose your friends wisely. If everybody around you is broke, chances are you're the next person who's going to be broke. So our 3rd step to you achieving financial freedom, leveraging the 5 pillars of wealth, start investing in real estate. So start a business, become financially literate, and start investing in real estate. Those are the 3 steps. And we encourage you to do so by increasing all 4 of your vital currencies. You're not going to get there by just having more money or just having time or just having knowledge. You need all 4 of these currencies to truly make it work. And again, many people out there will go out there and try to crack the code, on their own, to try to figure this whole real estate investing game out on their own. And those are the 4 currencies. Now that you know about them, you have that option as well to go try to figure it out on your own. And there's definitely a hard way to do that. The hard way is to continue jumping from YouTube video to YouTube video to Google link to Google link. There are so many links out there. You type in "show me how to flip a house." There are so many millions of links that your head will be literally spinning with all the different information that's out there. Maybe you've seen this route to learning real estate investing with the celebrity real estate gurus and the seminars and the boot camps that come to your town. And maybe some of you guys have been to some of these things and you've gotten some sticker shock at the end of the boot camp when some of these gurus are charging folks between $40,000 and $100,000 plus, for their top tier education and coaching programs. And with the gurus, you're on your own, you got your books and tapes, but you're on your own to try to figure it out by yourself, or you pay extra money for a coaching program and they put you on the phone with a script reading telemarketer, not an actual entrepreneur or a fellow investor, a telemarketer. You see, that's what's out there when it comes to learning this industry. That's definitely the hard way, to try to do it on your own or face the gurus. The easy way to crack the code to this 4-digit lock is to literally have somebody give you the code. And that's exactly what we do. So if you're interested in hearing more about our solution and how we can help you crack the code, stay tuned, because you're going to learn a little bit more about the education service that our company endorses is Renatus. And Renatus is going to be your way to wealth and prosperity. So it was founded by a gentleman named Bob Snyder, who hired a PhD in education, and they used the ISD process and established actual curriculum paths around business ownership, financial literacy, and real estate investing. They brought in practitioner instructors. They implemented live and online self-directed classes so you could take them on your schedule. And they created the best before and after class support system in the industry. Renatus is truly a vault of financial literacy, business ownership, and real estate investing education, again, taught by highly qualified practitioner instructors. And this education is based on and really around the 5 pillars of wealth. Renatus is that education pillar for our team and for our group. And so it really encompasses how to keep wealth with the tax strategies and the banking strategies, and then how to build wealth through being a business owner and being a successful real estate investor. The Renatus mission statement is to empower 1 million entrepreneurs with the knowledge, tools, systems, and support needed to become financially free. So when you add that to the mix, you're going to get a full-fledged education service here with the Renatus curriculum. Here's one of the students. Here's Nate out of Utah. And Nate struggled as a professor living paycheck to paycheck, and he was able to use creative strategies to acquire multiple rental properties. What would that be like for you to have those kind of results in the next few years to create some passive income? What would that do for your family and for your business? You see, bonus number one is you are going to gain access to proven support systems. So you're not going to be on your own to try to figure this thing out by yourself. There's access to live help, coaching, and study groups. So there's a lot of different ways that we onboard our new students and all kinds of systems that you could plug into. There's group coaching, one-on-one coaching, and live classes that all come from Renatus. But as well, we have monthly workshops and weekly study groups and daily webinars and training calls put on by other students and affiliates across the country that you can plug into so you can connect with other real people. The old saying, knowledge is power. Well, that's not true. Knowledge isn't power until it's applied. And so the whole point of getting you around other students and around other people doing this is, these systems are designed to help accelerate your learning curve and get you into action faster and easier than trying to do everything on your own. So here's another one of our students. Here's Loretta out of Illinois. And she lost her 6-figure job in human resources and struggled to find similar employment. She was getting close to retirement age, and anybody that was going to hire her was only going to pay her about half of what she was used to making. She wasn't going to take that kind of a haircut. She knew what she was worth. She got plugged in with our education, and her first fix and flip generated a check that almost matched her annual salary. Imagine what it would be like to never have to worry about getting laid off ever again. The beauty of having your own business is that the only one that can lay you off is you. So bonus number 2 here with this, guys, is that there is a national calendar of community events that you can plug into. Again, there's other real people, intensives, real deal tours, and workshops. So we have students in all 50 states now, and in 16 of those states, we are running live events. So we run live events, workshops, and all of these local events are put on by independent marketing affiliates like myself and other students that are a part of the program. So the monthly workshops, the study groups, the property tours, all that's put on by people that are actually in the program. The cool thing about this is that you'll be in business for yourself, but you'll never be by yourself. You'll be connected to our nationwide investor community. And when you add that to the mix with the coaching, the one-on-one help, the study groups, the community events, the workshops, and the real deal tours, that's quite a bit that you're getting with this overall education service. Now, here's another one of our students who's John out of Utah. And John was a struggling contractor who was sick and tired of getting paid for the job instead of getting his share of the profits. He was able to plug into our system. He was able to learn creative acquisition strategies. He's gone on to complete multiple fix and flips. Bonus number 3 with this, guys, is that there's multiple education service options and goal-specific learning paths, right? Fix and flip is not the only way to make money in real estate. You see, everybody starts off with their essentials learning path. And this is going to be, again, your financial literacy, your core real estate investing. We got 10 classes here in the essentials learning path. Okay, this is for any entrepreneur, any business owner. You're going to learn some powerful techniques in this essentials curriculum. Weekly group coaching, there's webinars that you can plug into. And the learning paths help you master specific strategies. So you're going to have core classes, you have strategy classes, then you have bonus classes that are available. You see, if you're here because you want to learn how to fix and flip, you take those 3 core classes, then you would take those 5 strategy classes, and then if you're an extreme combo student, you'd have access to the additional bonus classes as a part of this learning path. Same thing if you're here today because you want to do a buy and hold or work with single family properties and hold them for long-term passive income. Same with multifamily. Maybe you want to work with apartment buildings. Same for commercial properties. Maybe you want large, multifamily or, commercial buildings, inside of your portfolio. Same with notes, tax deeds, and liens. Same with wholesaling, lease options. Okay, if you want to work with auctions specifically, there's classes for that. Same with short sales and foreclosures. And once you now have wealth, and for many folks that are on the line that do have wealth accumulated, maybe it's sitting in your 401k, or maybe it's sitting in your savings account, even worse. How to actually preserve and even build and grow your wealth. So there are wealth building and wealth acceleration classes in this curriculum. And the best thing about this, a lot of different real estate programs out there, they can get you into a fix and flip tomorrow, but you don't learn anything about actually running a business. So you end up losing all of your profits, either to taxes or through mismanagement. And then, of course, how to retire in real estate. So guys, literally, again, the vault. There's over 46 full day classes. And again, over 300 hours of AIT advanced curriculum. And the beauty of this Renatus education is that any new classes or class updates that come out, you get those for free for life as a part of your complimentary lifetime access. It also, as a student, you gain access to our Renatus iOS software, which is a tool that we use to connect all of our students nationwide. It helps you find specific deals that you're looking for, and it's a great automation tool to help you speed up the process on everything that you're going to learn manually inside of the education. So here's another one of our students. We got Dan and Lori out of Arizona. And after over 30 years in corporate America, they had no end in sight when it came to their retirement. They were able to plug into our education. They started accumulating rental properties. They were able to finally get out of the rat race for good. And what would it be like for you to secure your retirement with cash flowing real estate? What would that do for your family? What would that do for your worries around retirement? And I do expect you, of course, to do your own due diligence, but the Renatus Education Service does carry a pristine A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And that's with over 12,000 students of our curriculum. And you just have to ask yourself, if all this did for you was finally help you start or expand your business to the level that you wanted, would it be worth it? If all this did for you was help you legally, morally, and ethically pay less in taxes to the government and reduce the amount of interest that you hand over to the big banks, would that be worth it? If all this did for you was help you finally get the hand-holding you need to do that first real estate deal, would it be worth it? So you may be asking yourself at this point, how do I get started with this education? This all sounds great. Everything I've learned about so far sounds fantastic. Well, there's really 3 ways that you can choose to do it, and the 3 ways that Renatus kind of bundles their education service. And again, when you take a look at everything you're going to get from the Renatus Education Service, the weekly coaching, the one-on-one help, the study groups, the community events, the workshops, the real deal tours, lifetime access to the curriculum, and then also the ability to access the Renatus iOS software, you may be wondering, what the heck, is this guy going to charge for that? What do they really charge for something like this? Again, if you've been to the gurus, you've seen these huge, price tags for real estate curriculum. The bottom line is, Big Ben Franklin said it best when he said that an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. There is a full-fledged 7-day right of rescission. So you got 7 days to get started, plug into this education, start taking classes immediately. If you learned about the velocity banking strategy in our previous videos, you can start taking that class immediately in your first week. It's risk-free. You can cancel within that first week. No questions asked, you'll get a full refund. So at the beginning of this meeting, I said that everything happens for a reason. And there's definitely a reason that you're in this meeting, you're watching this webinar right now. And I just have to ask, is your current plan working for you? And I love this quote by Tony Robbins. He says that if you do what you've always done, you will get what you've always gotten. Guys, is it time for a new plan? And what you've learned about here today is our epic plan. Okay, we have the plan in place to help you get the education you need, leveraging the Renatus Education Service. We have that plan in place to help you acquire properties, start growing your income base. And again, the most important piece of it is the community and the fact that you don't have to do this by yourself. And when it comes to your 4 currencies, there's your money, there's your time, there's your knowledge, there's your relationships. Our system and this education service will help you increase all 4 of your currencies. So you'll learn from experts how to leverage the 5 pillars of wealth. My question for you is, will you follow a simple system and take massive action? And so the great news, again, for you, and the reason that we're hosting this webinar right now is because we are actively looking for our next success story. This webinar is up. We're looking for people to bring onto our team to really show them how to do this business. And so your next step will be to schedule a custom one-on-one wealth acceleration call with myself or someone from our team right away. And who is this perfect for? This is really perfect for those that are truly serious about building a business and when the time is right, getting out of their jobs. This is perfect for entrepreneurs that are looking for the right income system to plug into, take massive action, and make money. And this is also for those looking to become more financially literate, okay, and learn to maximize their cash flow, save on taxes, and pay less in interest. And this is also perfect for those that are willing to take the action steps that will be required, okay, to have the lifestyle that they want. You have to be willing to take action. And I think it's fair to share who this is not for, okay? This is not for people looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, shiny object, or magic beans. Anybody that told you that real estate investing and really this whole being a business owner game is easy is lying to you. Okay, so if you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, that's not what this is. This business takes a lot of work. This is not for people that make excuses and complain instead of taking accountability for their success. And this is certainly not for people that are stuck in that information gathering mode and are not prepared yet to take action. And this is also not for people that are still looking for the free way, right? And have not yet come to the realization that they will need to invest in themselves and put some real skin in the game in order to build a six-figure business and have a team of people that are actually going to help you. You're going to have to put some skin in the game. And the better the fit, the better the results. Okay, our team and myself personally, we're only looking for win-win situations. So one of two things will happen on our call. Either number one, everything checks out and everything seems like a good fit on both ends. You'll be invited to get started. We'll put together an action plan right on the call to get your business moving quickly. Or number two, okay, if it's not a good fit, it's totally okay. There'll be no hard feelings, no obligation. Okay, guys, this wealth acceleration call may be the best decision you make for yourself and for your business this year. And I do have to give you fair warning, guys. Time is a factor, and this window of opportunity will not be open for very long at all. We are only looking to take on a couple of new students every quarter. So the fact that this webinar is still up, that means that we are still looking for some new students to take on this quarter. But once we've hit our number for the quarter, this webinar will be coming down. So if you're able to see this now, this is your opportunity. I want to give you that fair warning. So if you're interested in this and you want to learn more, I encourage you to take action. Click the button on this page or the link in the description to schedule time for a wealth acceleration call with myself or someone from my team right now.